What started as a high-profile film adaptation has now spiraled into one of Hollywood's most revealing and uncomfortable legal sagas in recent memory. At first glance, the latest court ruling seemed decisive. A judge struck down several of Blake Lively's most serious allegations against Justin Baldoni, including claims tied to sexual harassment and body-related comments. On paper, it looked like a major win for Baldoni. But behind the scenes, the situation is far more complicated. Within a day of the ruling, both legal teams were already in talks about a possible settlement. That timing matters. A settlement could prevent further damaging details from being formally argued in court, but it wouldn't erase what's already public. And what's already out there is extensive. This isn't just a legal fight anymore. It's a window into what appears to have been a deeply fractured production. Clapperboard what the private messages reveal. Leaked texts suggest that tensions weren't limited to isolated incidents, they may have been ongoing throughout filming. In conversations with co-star Brandon Sklenar, Lively describes Baldoni as erratic and claims he inserted himself into creative decisions, including allegedly entering an editing space without permission. The tone of these exchanges is blunt and emotional, hinting at a breakdown in trust behind the camera. Meanwhile, Jenny Slate paints an even harsher picture. In her texts, she calls the filming experience disturbing and criticizes Baldoni's behavior as inappropriate and unprofessional. She also suggests that his public image, as a thoughtful, progressive figure, didn't match what she experienced on set. Mobile phone when A-list names get pulled in. The situation escalated further when private conversations involving Taylor Swift surfaced. The messages show Swift strongly supporting Lively, even using harsh language about Baldoni. At the same time, they reveal strain in Swift and Lively's own friendship. Swift reportedly told Lively that her messages had begun to feel impersonal, like corporate emails, highlighting how the legal battle may have affected even her closest relationships. Then there's Ryan Reynolds. His leaked email to Colleen Hoover, the writer of It Ends With Us, added another layer of controversy. In it, Reynolds celebrates the film's success in intense, almost over-the-top language, while also taking a swipe at Baldoni. Online, reactions were mixed. Some saw it as loyal support for his wife, others found it excessive and awkward. Headphone the contradictions at the center. One of the most debated elements of the case is how different pieces of evidence seem to clash. For example, a voice note from Lively, recorded shortly after giving birth, captures her talking about wanting time to get back into shape before filming. Critics argue this undermines her claims about body-related comments. Supporters, however, say it reflects the real pressures actors face, especially after pregnancy, and doesn't invalidate her broader concerns. There are also earlier voice messages from Baldoni praising Lively's appearance and expressing enthusiasm about working together, messages that now feel sharply at odds with the later accusations. Grimacing face the smaller moments that made a big impact. Some of the most talked about details aren't major legal claims, but uncomfortable interactions. One exchange describes a moment where Baldoni allegedly made a comment involving Britney Spears that left others uneasy. Another references him recording conversations without clear consent, something Lively reportedly found alarming. Individually, these moments might seem minor. Together, they contribute to a pattern that critics say reflects a difficult working environment. Chart decreasing fallout beyond the courtroom. Even outside the core cast, the tension appears to have spread. Emails from Colleen Hoover show she felt uncomfortable attending the film's premiere if Baldoni was present. She describes feeling caught in the middle and under pressure, an indication that the conflict wasn't limited to just two individuals. Scales. So what happens next? Right now, everything hinges on whether a settlement is reached. If both sides agree, the case could quietly end without a dramatic courtroom battle, but if it moves forward, the already explosive material, texts, emails, voice notes, could be examined in full detail in front of a jury. Either way, the reputational impact is already significant. Direct hit. Final takeaway. This isn't just a legal dispute anymore, it's a case study in how quickly private conversations can reshape public narratives. In today's celebrity culture, the real risk isn't just what happens behind closed doors, it's what gets revealed after. And in this case, every message, every voice note, and every offhand comment has turned a film project into a defining moment for everyone involved.